Hello, you guys. How are you? So I sat down to do this reading, and there are a few cards in here that I'm a little bit confused by, but we're starting off with the number 7. And I flipped it over to read what it meant, and there were things on there that I did not realize were on there. Okay, so of course it could be the 7th decade. Someone could be in their 70s. It could have been something that was, considering it was at the front of the line, could have even been something that started happening when you were about 7 years old. Which is interesting because everything that you're supposed to know about the world and the way it works, they say that you usually learn that by the age of 7. And that's kind of what gives you your perspective on life. Sorry if you can hear that noise. We've got a chewer. We've got perfection, completeness, a day of rest, which I did take a day of rest the other day. I think I need another. I'm just so tired. It's hard. It's always hard to get adjusted to a new schedule, right? Okay. Spiritual fulfillment, divine cycle, and spiritual awareness signifies the seeker, wisdom, introspection, philosopher, analyst, search for hidden truths, unity of 4 corners of the earth, working memory capacity, and it's a prime number. So someone could be thinking that they're in their prime of life. People are, or someone is working within their own working memory capacity. They're holding on to memories. Spiritual awareness could be coming to the forefront. Could have been something that this person has always had, or it could be something that is occurring. Maybe it's a newfound spiritual awareness. We've got this ... There is 3 of them. It also kind of reminds me of peas in a pod, even though they're not green. Usually those dots are used as a pause in between thoughts or bringing 2 different sentences together. Taking a breath. I use them basically all the time, and I don't understand why I don't have an example of how to explain that, but perhaps it's in my description. It might be there, unless I needed to cut down on characters. It's when one thought goes into another. So that's going into having your cake and eating it too. It's like, why wouldn't you? It's, if you've got cake sitting in front of you, don't you want to eat it? And it could have something to do with the inheritance here. I'm going to say that that's going to be our inheritance card or the ancestral wealth card, only because we do have other cards that do signify wealth. And I'd like to slimline some of this a little bit. So we've got the having your cake and eating it too, coming from a spiritual place. It's like, if you have these gifts, why wouldn't you want to use them? You want to recycle what you're ancestry or your family line has given you. And I'm going to assume that there was some kind of spiritual gifts in the family. Now, if they weren't spiritual gifts as far as from the church or from religious beliefs or from possible organizations that the family was involved in, or it could be literally magic, but I'm not really seeing any other cards on the table except for the mirror. Well, I guess there's the dream catcher. Don't know. But I'm feeling like not all things that people believe to be terrible for you is terrible for you. Meaning, like, you can have a piece of cake, just don't eat the whole cake. Something is being recreated from the family for this healing person with a lot of strength. Something's being repeated, reused. Considering there's confetti there scattered all over the place, perhaps the inheritance has been scattered and it's being reused, recycled somewhere else. I did develop another card, which if it were in here, it would signify some kind of laundering business. But I didn't have it in the deck when we pulled the cards, so there's that. So whomever this healing strength person is, could be a Leo. They need to pay attention to the details, the footnotes, the other information, right? And it's asking for you to kind of expand or emphasize the things that you already know with the school card and all these different topics. Emphasize what you already know. The purse can signify a place, of course, you carry all your essentials, your money. It is also a symbol of wealth for some people, and I can't think of the word. To carry everyday items. As a verb, it's a pucker on a contract. To express disapproval or irritation. Spending, winnings, a designer bag. Fertility, wealth. Power in ancient cultures. Personal identity, status, self-expression. To represent women solidarity. To represent feminine purchasing power and bling. It also represents a part of a male person. So perhaps you're being asked to surrender everything that you know about where you've been. What's come before you. The things that you thought that you believed. Or the things that you thought you knew. The details of the family. that you need to expand on. There's more to it. So everything that you knew before, you need to expand on it and surrender the things that you thought you knew for the things that you will know. And it has to do with a male of some sort. The one that gives birth, remember? Seahorses, the males give birth. The woman pours into the male. Perhaps the woman was pouring in her dreams to this male, and he was trying to shade them. He didn't want the dreams to be seen. We've got the rodent card here. It's hard to see because it's not completed. We've got the rodent card. It appears that whomever this male is, he's got this alluring rat. Around him. And he has to take a look at himself. And with his involvement with this person. Now, sirens will sing a song and allure their fishermen or people on a boat or whatnot. They use their song to lure the person of their interest into the water so that they will come to them. And someone's having to reflect on these things. They could be looking at themselves in the mirror and being like, wow, what have I gotten myself into? And in other knowledge, I've learned that the mirror can also be portals. They can also be used in mirror magic, where people will appear to you in a certain way. It can also be that people are just being who they are. Perhaps they're kind and they have dreams and they surrender in situations wherever they go. Like perhaps they're super courteous, or you know, they just allow people to be who they are wherever they are. And because the siren is not like that, it gnaws at them. Now, somebody, maybe it's this pit bull down here, considering it's underneath, is reflecting on the fact that right above them in their thoughts, there's a little bug. What do I do with it? Sorry about it. That could be part of the reading. The bug is on dress up. Maybe there's a bug in your environment. Maybe it's in your closet. I also learned that that could be part of spell work too, when you've got insects or bugs around. Anywho, right? Get educated on the things that are going on around you, because sometimes things seem like one thing on the surface and it's not. I'm seriously hearing the inheritance has been scattered and it's being used as something else. And it belonged to this person here. But regardless of what all that is, it's been surrendered to the past. And the one that was trying to crush somebody's dreams has this person in their ear, even though I don't see an ear. Okay, so this pit bull, the loyal one, the one that's usually misunderstood, is sitting in between and under this group here. The rabbit that just hops from one place to another, nibbles on the grass, a little bit promiscuous, very fertile, creates. These could be two different people, or they can be the same person. And this alluring person could have red hair with this beautiful song that just really makes you want to hear more. But where's the integrity? Who has the integrity? Who sold their integrity? Maybe they sold, it was a siren who is a little bit promiscuous, sold their integrity for a smooth journey, for a better life. You see the butter is out on the counter. What happens to the butter when it gets out on the counter? It turns soft, right? They wanted a softer life. Or if we're talking about the lion up here, perhaps they're trying to say that that's who the lion is. That they're only halfway spiritual or in their faith. Or you're only halfway tickling the surface. Or you're only halfway of heart. A person who lives of their heart. You don't take the plunge. You're not really loyal like they appear to be. But that storyline now is over. Now, on the other hand, this person transforms to their environment. They are who they are regardless of the temperature and where they sit. They still remain the same. They continue on their journey. Regardless of how chilly it might be. They follow their spiritual sense, their religious beliefs. They're all-knowing. And here's another card for using it for something that it's not meant to be used for. Or for who it's supposed to be given to. But this person is not halfway. They're all in. They're deeper in it than anyone could ever imagine. The siren is deeper in it than anyone could imagine. She's deep into the oceans. The lion is also deep into her beliefs. Both are being misunderstood. The person who is seemed to be one way is another, and the other person who's appearing to be another way is actually the truth. But it goes far different, far deeper. And then the lion, who appears to be recycling information, and just saying whatever, and getting a bad rap of looking like they're aggressive, is not aggressive at all. But this siren is trying to look like the pit bull. The siren is trying to look like the lion. Whatever's going on here, whatever money is being recycled, whatever integrity is being sold, whatever dreams are being shaded, the dream catcher is protecting the journey. Notice how the bandage and the journey are in the same direction. It's a healing journey. It's a self-care journey. But whatever was meant to be surrendered, it's behind the period and above the period. It's the end of the sentence. It's finished. What you've been training for, considering this is the banner at the end of a race, what you've been training for, it's time to move on. It's an obvious ending. It's black and white. Perhaps you need to find a mentor or a coach in order to balance, find Zen, find some peace and heal. Tranquil, focus, hum, meditation, relax. It's time to relax, continue to heal. And if you need to isolate to do that, by all means. And I think I'm going to add another fish in there, so this can also be Pisces card. Time to heal and move on. Relax. Maybe just enjoy the simpler things in life. And know that all of your needs will be met. This male also could be realizing that they need to surrender the records of all of the stuff that's been done and captured, because it has been captured. They wanted to keep it hidden, but I'm going to say the pack rat or the rat in the mix has sold it to the highest bidder so that she or he who's in their feminine energy could have a smoother path. They're playing the group, acting like they're in the group, but they're out of the group. We have our cactus, our yin yang, and our hamster wheel over here from the end of it. Of course, we've got our egg underneath that. The microphone came out with spirits. That's interesting. You think the spirits are on anybody's behind? The ancestors? Loud and clear. Let's just emphasize the whole situation's tacky, folks. Desert lands needs water, dehydrated. Dry, stuck mess, a thorn in the side. Yin Yang is also, from what I understand, the World card. Balance, black and white again. Finding your other half, coming together. Just keep going. Just keep exercising, entertaining yourself. Again, with being taken care of. Round and round, doing the same thing, different day. Just keep trugging along, because the spirits are going to sing it loud and clear. Loud and clear. They're working in the background. It's a new day. I really didn't think that I was going to be able to get through this reading, because honestly, when I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't. But it does appear to be a lot like what we've already been talking about. And again, I keep having to remind myself, it's just the next day. All right. The new cards I have in here, some are done. Hermit, the Ram, Fluff and Fold, Archery, Goat, Scorpion. That way we can get some zodiac signs in here. I need my sleeves. There's a lot of cards in here without sleeves now. My mind was like, hey, if you want to donate for me to get sleeves. I'm just kidding. They're like only like 10 bucks. I just have to place an order. The Kiss. All right, you guys, I am going to turn off the video and start the next one, which will be out in a few hours. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. As always, make it a great day, regardless of what seems like going on around you. Just do whatever you do. Do your daily. Find something good in your day. Because everything that seems like it's just so overwhelming will soon dissipate. And it will just be a blur, a memory, a story to talk about. Wow, that didn't want to come together at all, did it? But it will. It will. What seems like it won't always will. Because remember, we had a few cards that said that that you'll have your needs taken care of. With that being said, make it a great day.